In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can create a journal to publish on Amazon KDP completely from scratch using free tools. Hello, my name is Ben McQueeney, and if you haven't been to this channel before, I make videos on how you can make a great passive income selling low content and no content books on Amazon KDP. And if that sounds like something you like the sound of, then please subscribe to my channel, leave me a like and hit that notification bell. So creating journals to sell on Amazon KDP is a great way to make a passive income. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you a really straightforward method to do just that. So let's get into it. Right, so the first thing that we need to do when we are making our journals is we need to get an interior. We need to make the actual pages of the book, okay? So people can actually write in the pages, okay? And the best and easiest way to do that is by going over to selfpublishingtitans.com. Now they have got a free tool, free low content bookmaker. And you're probably asking yourself, well, what is a low content book? What is a journal? Well, basically it's a book that people write in which has got completely blank pages. There's different types of journals. The one we're going to do today, I think we're probably going to do a dot journal. So inside of every single page there'll just be lots of dots that people can do attractive things, sticker, washi tape in and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so we're going to do one of those today. So free low content bookmaker, let's click on that bad boy. And it'll come up to this little screen here. Now remember, this is completely for free. Now a very common size for these sorts of things is a 6x9. So let's just click on 6x9, which is very common. Okay, so let's just flick through to there. Now you can do things but like having review pages and things like that, but for this we're just going to make it really basic to kind of show you how to do it. So what we need to do is, these are all the different types of pages that you can have for your particular no content books. Okay, so for example, you could have a hexagon page, yeah, for whatever reason. You could have an isometric page. You know, it depends on what type of book that you're doing, but for this one we are going to do a dot journal. So let's just go down here and click dot page. So we've got a dot page, and number 2 is dot page. Now we've got this word page which is there as standard. Let's delete that. So now we've got this one dot page. Okay, now in these sorts of books we're looking at around 100 pages to make it a decent book for someone to buy and to do their journaling in. Okay, so let's just do 100 of those pages. Now all we'd have to do is simply press this until we've got 100 pages. Okay, so as you can see, I'm already up to 30 pages. And as you can see, this actual tool is kind of formatting the book for you. As you can see, it's jumping from left to the right because that just depends on which page is actually it's going to be. So there we go. I am now on 100 pages. Okay, so do you see how easy that was? Pretty easy, isn't it? Right. Next thing we need to do is go to next, which will take us to the book settings. Now on here, there's a few different things that you can do. You can do, for instance, you can add kind of an image and things like that. Now it's entirely up to you what you do, if you're going to theme your book, but for us we're just going to leave the interior very simple like that. And the way that we're going to do it is we're just going to make sure that it's selected to no bleed. Now the difference between bleed and no bleed is that bleed is the images go all the way to the edge of the page. No bleed, they stay in the kind of the central area. Okay, so we're going to press next. We're going to go through and look at that. Congratulations, your book is done. So we're going to go to the download page, press that, and it's going to save it, and then it's going to give us an option to download. Okay, so we're going to download that PDF. Let's call this dot grid journal interior. Okay, right, so that has downloaded, and as you can see I've got 100 pages, and every page has got this dot grid image on, which then people can put their different things on and however which way they want to use it. Okay, so that is how you do the interior for your low and no content books for free. Okay, the next part of this video is going to be talking all about the book cover. How do we make a book cover for free? Well, this is how you do it. What we need to do is we need to get some creative elements. Okay, now the creative elements are what are going to make your book look really cool. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Creative Fabrica, and we are going to have a look for some creative elements. Now I've already typed in flowers here, and you can pay for this and you can get all these kind of access to all these elements inclusive of your subscription. But even if you don't want to pay for it, you can go down to this section here, which is freebies. Let's click on the freebies section, and you can see that lots of different images will come up. Okay, so we could do a journal with these kind of yellow roses on there if we wanted to. Let's just scroll down and have a look at some other examples. Look at this. Boho fall cute flowers. So our journal could look like that. So let's click on that, and let's take a download of this, and we can use that in our design. So let's download that now. Okay, so I have downloaded those creative assets and I have extracted them onto my computer. So let's just take a look at a couple of these and see what they look like. Oh, now isn't that nice? That looks very pretty, doesn't it? A very pretty design. And let's have a look at this one. And this one looks really great as well. Okay, so we've got those designs there which we can use in our book. Now, the next thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that we get the correct book cover size. And the way that we do that is by using a tool called a KDP cover calculator, okay? And that tool is completely for free on the KDP website. So let's go over to there now. Okay, so I am on the KDP cover calculator, okay? Now what you need to do is you need to fill in this information and it will generate a template for you, okay? So we are going to do a paperback journal. The interior type is just going to be black and white print. The paper type is going to be white, but you can pick cream if you like. It's an entire choice from you, okay? It's going to be print directional left to right, and the measurement units are going to be inches. I prefer inches. And the trim size we have picked is 6 by 9. Now the page count, we've just done the interior, is 100 pages, isn't it? And all we do is we're going to calculate dimensions. It will come up with these dimensions here, but we want to download the template. That file that you download will be a zipped file. You need to unzip that file and you will find inside a JPEG which has the actual cover template on there, which will show you the dimensions. And I'll show you this now. Okay, so this is the template here. And as you can see, we've got what our book cover is going to look like, okay? Now, there's not much of a spine because it's only got 100 pages, hasn't it, right? But what we want to do is when we are doing our designs, we need to stay away from these red zones. The red zones are the no, don't stay away from it, okay? So we want to make sure that kind of like our titles in here, if we're putting a title or if we're putting any other information. The other useful thing here is the barcode is there, so you probably want to stay away from that as well. Now the thing that is important here is the overall dimensions. Overall dimensions, 12.475 by 9.250, okay? So what we need to do to create our book cover is we need a program to create this book cover with that dimension. Now, if you go over to Canva, you can join Canva for free. We go to custom size and we are going to put in those dimensions. 12.475 by 9.250, okay, and we're going to create a new design. That will take just a second for it to generate, and as you can see now we have got a design background. The first thing I like to do when I'm designing a book cover is give it a title, okay? So this is going to be my flowers dot grid journal, okay? Cover. Brilliant. Now, what we need to do is we need to put the template we've just generated on this background so we know where to design. So the way we do that is if we go to Uploads, take the extracted JPEG and pull it into your uploads. Now I've done this previously, okay, so I'm going to click on this and that is the template. So remember 12.475 by 9.250. So let's pull this into the corner and you'll see that it just snaps into place. You see that? And if we pull this corner down as well, you will see that that will just snap into place, okay? Now that is kind of our background, it's to the correct size and we can design on top of here, right? So what we can do is, the next thing is we need a solid color background. Now what I like to do is go to Elements and just get a basic square. Now one thing that I will perhaps mention here is that Canva has lots of different creative elements on there, except you don't have license to use them on KDP. Okay, you have license to use them, but you don't own the copyright. And when you're on KDP, you've got to say that you own the copyright, which you don't. And that's the reason why we use Creative Fabrica, because we've got a license to use them, and we can own the copyright if we alter the actual images, which we're going to in a second. So as you can see here, I've just took a basic square and I have put it over the template. Do you see how I'm doing that? Okay. Now, once that's covered and it's completely covered, we need to make sure that we can still see where the actual template is. So the way we do that is just go to transparency and just reduce that transparency down. Okay. So we can still see the template and where we want to go. Now, if we go to uploads, we want to upload some of those flower designs. So let me just open that. Here's these flower designs. And let's just put in 4. That will upload there, and it will take a few seconds to do that. Depending on the size of the actual image, the creative assets that you've downloaded will depend on how long it takes for them to download, okay? Now, once you've done that, and they've started to download, you can start to experiment. Now, that's just for the sake of this, let's just make this background color white for now, okay? Now, we could make a journal, any one of these. So let's just, for the sake of it, start with this one. Now, it's pretty nice. There's different ways that you can do this. You can either do one like this, put it here, and make it bigger so that it fits the entire page. And you can copy it and paste and put another one there. Yeah. And then you could have like a little box and create a sort of spine, but the way that you do that is you'd have to turn the transparencies of these down as well. So again, I'm just clicking on that element, turn that down, click on this element and turn that down so we can see where the actual spine would be. And let's just say that we could just have that black for the sake. And then if we turn the transparency back up on this, you will see that now you have got a kind of design, okay? Now what you could do to make it kind of like to sort of be, to sort of say journal, you could put another square in there, but maybe a rounded one. Let's just make sure that we're not too bad there. Let's kind of put this in the corner, I would say. Let's make that white. Let's bring this back. Okay. So we've got a white box there. And then I would put some text. Let's bring that into here. And let's zoom in so we can see what we're actually doing. Let's bring this down. And let's put dot make sure that you have black selected so you can actually see what you're writing. Dot grid journal, okay. And what you want to make sure is that you don't use any of the Canva fonts as well. You need to upload your own fonts, and again you can get those fonts from Creative Fabrica, okay. So let's just select this, and I have previously got some fonts off Creative Fabrica and uploaded them to Canva. So if we just go to this one, let's see how this looks. That looks okay. Let's make it a little bit big. Oh look, it's even got a heart above the eye. Perfect. Perfect that. Oh, I don't, that D hasn't got black on it. So let's just make that black. Come off. Select the actual words, put that there perhaps. You want to kind of make it central. And let's copy that. And let's put 100 pages. Make it a bit smaller. And that can go like that. Zoom out. And there we go. So that would be your design for the front cover. And it's literally as simple as that. So I hope you found that video useful. If you did, please leave it a like, and if you haven't subscribed already to the channel, please subscribe. Now, if you find this stuff interesting and you want to create a business for yourself and you want to know a little bit more on how to do this, things like the marketing and things like that, then why don't you take my course? How to publish profitable low content books on Amazon KDP. That will teach you everything from the very start all the way to the end, okay? And it will be a great foundation for you to start building your passive income doing these sorts of things on Amazon KDP. So go and check that out. Now, I have lots of other tutorial videos which I've published on YouTube, and if you check out this video, I think you'll find that useful too, okay? So, until next time, I will see you later.